It's the end of the weekend, but I still wanna turn up. Yeah, I still wanna turn up. All I want is to go again, but you ain't picking your phone up. Why you messing my head up? Any night, any day, let me take you away. All I need is just saying yeah, 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 yeah. Better nights, better days, when you're here with me, babe. Cause you're all that I crave, so I wonder, where are you? Where are you? Don't hide away from me when I need you most. We got love guaranteed, and I have to know, say.
Well, first of all, listen, it's interesting about all these young guys today. They never call on us and say, hey, thanks for the kind word and telling me how great a player I am. But when they play like crap and we call them out, we don't know what we're talking about. Listen, I'm easy to find.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your host, Nathan Snell of Big Nick Sports Talk Podcast. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday so far. Hope you're all staying safe. Hope the week's going well. I know it's been a few days since you last saw me. The last saw me was Saturday. There's been stuff I said to YouTube that's required more of my time, but I'm glad to be back on here. Before we get into it, there's a few things I'd like to say up front. This is episode 2, season 11 of the cast. Again, I do apologize if you have not seen me on here past few days. The rest of season 10 is still being uploaded at the moment. I should have that done by today, crossing fingers, but more likely all the episodes will be up. I appreciate all the support that I've gotten here on the channel. I appreciate the new subs. It's much appreciated. Thank you. What's coming down the pipe? Monday was the start of women's college basketball practice. So college basketball is ready to get starting soon. For right now, it's just more football. The World Cup games for the women's basketball. Most of those games have been on late, and I have tried to catch up on them as best I can, but some of these games come at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. By then, I'm out. So I'm trying to get some recaps in there, hopefully. But in this episode, we have to painfully, recap Maryland versus Michigan. My prediction score was actually close. I think I said 35-27 in the preview video Saturday. Those Michigan Wolverines beat the Maryland Terps 34-27.
What was that? What the hell was that? I'm sorry the H words and the D words aren't appropriate over the airwaves, but it's going to be today. I don't know how much more of this I can take. How in God's name?
There are no moral victories. Going up against the number 4 ranked school in the nation. The last 6 times we've seen Michigan, I think we've gotten demolished by like 200 something points. This game was different. I saw a team that willed itself. I saw a team display that it can hang with this Big Ten talent. There's a couple things that we still need to clean up. I know Raheem Jarrett went down with a concussion, so he will not be playing this weekend. Talia, I know he's been dealing with a knee injury. I saw he had a brace on. He's also dealing with some rib injuries. So hopefully today and tomorrow we'll probably get the final injury report. But I know Jared will not play, and Talia will most likely good to go. Couple things. The first half, I thought Maryland came out pretty well. But wasn't surprised that Michigan instantly came out and fired the first salvo. And then I would have thought like, oh, okay, like that's it. Let's just call it a game. But no, we showcase some offensive production. That was probably the best first halves I've ever seen. The offense was poised. Talia, especially when he went down, it was like close to like it was like they're on their 5. It was helmet off and fired up the troops. That's something I hadn't seen before, really, since before Mike Locks. I have not seen that. In that first half, we threw 121 yards in passing. I think we had like 74 yards in rushing and 12 first downs. The first 4 drives that we had offensively, we just, the first one, no, I can't remember which one it was, but the holding, there was a lot of there were some questionable calls. Let me just say it like that. That should have been called. There was the one where Tolly had threw the interception to DJ Turner, and the ball clearly hit the ground, and no one decided to throw. Referees didn't decide to review that. Which really, I think that kind of was one of the, I wouldn't say was one of the factors we lost, but I thought that needs to be evaluated, looked at, because that really should have been looked at. Going into halftime, Michigan's up 4, and there are some things that we just did not make plays on certain. Michigan had made the necessary defensive adjustments, and we just simply didn't execute on certain drives. For all 4 quarters, I thought we played tremendous football. I mean, we gave Michigan opportunities we should not have, and that sucks. I think that defensively also too, there was a while where we started to frustrate Michigan. But I think a positive you could definitely take away from was that for almost a quarter, pretty much the first half, to hold Michigan, to have a lead like that, that says a lot. The discipline. I said the key in that previous video was discipline. The discipline was going to be key, and that showed. Cameron, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Good to see you. Because that's been a theme for us, as a lack of discipline. And I said that, we got to be focused. And Michigan is a team that will feed off turnovers, off holdings, just unnecessary calls. Last year we had the second most penalties in the Big Ten. I think we were like 88, and I think we had the third most yards allowed. And the first 3 games, it showed. Just in the first 2 games this year, we had 8 penalties. And then against SMU, we committed 15 penalties. And that's all I heard through with Coach Loxley was we've got to be better disciplined. And the first 58 minutes of that game we didn't commit a penalty, and unfortunately, um, it came to an end when our offensive lineman, I think it was Glaze, he committed a false start. That was on the last drive, and yeah, but on the defensive side, we didn't get no penalties. That's one thing that I like to see, and hope we continue that. I can see the direction it is. Um, I mean, they were just really locked in. They were focused. That's what I would say was a positive takeaway as well. If they can continue to play like that, discipline more, and just staying focused, Maryland. I'm telling you, Maryland can hang with some of these boys in the Big Ten. Um, I think that looking at this loss, as I stated earlier, Maryland garnered some respect. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Maryland people have said that Maryland is a basketball school. That you look at Maryland's football record since extensive its history, Maryland has bowl games. I look at our success. The football team's a little bit more has recently been more successful than the basketball team, men's. Well, I mean, women's for Maryland's pretty much been carrying, is more dominant than the men's. I mean, let's be honest. We have a national championship with the men, but that was well over 20 something years ago. And the women, same thing, was like 05, 06. We're in that "what have you done for me lately" phase. But if you look, Maryland is football wise has had success over the years, and I think that with this game, I think it's going in the right direction, because when Loxley came in here, he made it vehemently clear his goal was to build a program that can be respectable, and he wanted to close the gap, to have your first bowl game and your first bowl win in 11 years. That's positive. It's just little things. It's progression, and I think that should not be ignored. I mean, when you look at it, they fought this game throughout this game. I mean, Maryland's deep on the defensive side. Um, I thought we had it, but we let Blake Corum get the game winning touchdown, and that was pretty much it for us. I thought some of the play call. I think we just need to clean up some things offensively. There was deciding to go for it on our own 30-yard line, where it was the Hail Mary looking for Jacob Copeland, and he threw it into double coverage, and that was it. That was it for us. So I mean, it's definitely a game to continue to build on. I'm proud of these guys. We went into Ann Arbor, and I just was not one of those. I just didn't feel like, oh, it's going to be like 58-3. No. I did not feel like that way. I felt this was a team that I think was more prepared and more focused, more disciplined, and good things are about to come. We play Michigan State. I'll have a preview video for that coming up probably tomorrow, Friday night. So be tuned in for that. But I mean, other than that, I mean, for Maryland side, it was a good game. Just a game of possessions. That's what it came down to. On Michigan side, however, they fought back with adversity. Again, coming into this game, I'm not sold on them because of their schedule. I mean, their schedule, the first 3 games were practically opponents that are not that good. They're deep defensively. I think it was going to be a little bit of a challenge for us. But when you look at it, I mean, Blake Corum was their guy offensively in that game. I mean, because what I saw Saturday was not the same Michigan offense the first 3 games. And when you look at it, I mean, the fact that JJ McCarthy, who's our starting quarterback, he threw the deep ball, and they just didn't execute on the pass. Blake Corum was your player of the game with 243 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He practically put that offense on his back. And the run defense for Michigan really honestly wasn't that great. Coming into this game, we were the 54th ranked rushing attack. Hemby, who is our number 1 running back, we were effective on running the ball, 128 yards. Because again, Michigan dared us to, okay, if you want to beat us, throw the ball. And we made the adjustment of, okay, no, we're going to run the ball. We averaged 4 yards per carry against a top 5 run defense. And I didn't see that. And the pass rush also too didn't do its job, but the secondary pretty much held its own. I said, if you look in that preview, I said that pass rush was going to be question mark, because there are some guys that are not there, and there's going to be some struggles. But the secondary did its job. I do think that this was a game where, if you're Michigan, there's things you can take away from it. But at the end of the day, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. So that's pretty much it, man. I'm going to finish it off with Coach Loxley post game with the fellas in the locker room. So I'll have Coach Loxley take it away.
All right, so listen up, man. First of all, we know there ain't no such thing as moral victory at all. I ain't into it. That ain't what we're about. But here's what I'm going to tell you guys, man. If you play the number 14 to the fourth quarter the way you do, and we take care of the things we can control, there ain't nothing that they did to us today that we didn't do to ourselves. And I'm going to just tell you, we're a good football team. And what I want to see is, how will we handle when things don't go our way? I'm going to tell you right now, we got a chance to really do some good things this year, but this is where the resolve will be challenged. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so listen up, man.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all are enjoying your day. With that being said, we're going to close out with our last segment of the show.
Incoming message.
Yes. I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but I think it's a good time to say it now. I wanted to send my thoughts and prayers to those that have been affected by Hurricane Ian, whether the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, Cuba. I want to send my thoughts and prayers. We have never seen anything of this magnitude in quite some time. I hope everybody is prepared, hunkered down, and I appreciate those that are being good Samaritans and looking out for one another. Anything that we can do to help them, let's do that. So I just wanted to definitely send thoughts and prayers to those affected by Hurricane Ian. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, be tuned in for future episodes. Thank you so much for being part of Big Nate Sports Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Snell. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, excuse me. Please stay safe. Check on loved ones. Friday's almost here. Y'all have a good night. Excuse me. Have a good afternoon. Excuse me. Stay up.
But I get sick of these guys complaining. These young guys, they never call us and say, when a coach is wrong, I'm going to call him out. But when players are wrong, I'm going to call them out. Thanks for the kind words. But listen, I'm going to criticize guys that they deserve it. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.
Thank you for tuning in to Big Nate Sports Talk. If you enjoyed that episode and you want to see more content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bring your sports game on Big Nate Sports Talk.
It's a sour taste in it. It's a sour taste. To be fooled again, honey. To be fooled again. Stole my heart and ripped it into pieces. Yes, you did. You know it's not the way I planned. No, it's not the way I want it. No, it's not the things I meant. Know that I'm not being honest. Not the way I